I'm late as hell, but all is well. I'd like to welcome you to the garage home of the worldwide mechanics. I'm your lead mechanic, Mike Rashawn. As always, do me a favor, hit the likes, hit the hypes, hit the subs. That's the way you show your boy love. In the meantime, in between time, get on in here. Get your coveralls, get your tool belt. Let's get this thing on the rack and see where we at. I'm gonna say this super quick because I know some of y'all probably saw the title and thought that I'm going at Ray Daniels. Here's the thing, I am not. My interactions with Ray have not shown him to be a dishonest guy. When I say beware the clout chasers, I'm talking about whoever it was that told him that Hove's album was done. That's the clout chaser. It really doesn't have much to do with Ray. I don't know. I don't, and this is one of the reasons why as a journalist, you're really slow to make announcements. Even outside of journalism, like as an A&R, sometimes I'm slow to make announcements because you tell somebody the album's coming out on this specific day, anything can happen, right? But somebody looking for clout with Ray told him that Jay's album was done. Ray announced it because he trusted that source. I don't think Ray is out here chasing clout. Ray is clouded up pretty much. To the people that know, Ray does what he does. Ray's not new in this business. So I don't think Ray is running around out here looking for attention. I think Ray trusted the word of someone who was trustworthy. And two things, either one or two things happened. Either one, that person was clout chasing and told him some shit that they had no business telling him. Or two, that person, or maybe three. Two, that person was completely mistaken, said something that they believed to be true. But I still think the reason why they told Ray is because they wanted to be in his good graces. And then there's three. The album is done, but the person who told Ray had no business telling Ray. And rather than letting Ray be right with a premature announcement, they decided to just move the plan back and make Ray wear some egg on his face. You gotta be careful of the source. You gotta be careful about who you listen to in these streets. You gotta be careful about whose words you take. You gotta be careful about what kind of announcements you make in a world where credibility is everything. The person who told that to Ray, they want credibility with him. And it was so important that they went ahead and leaked some information. Or maybe Ray leaked the information. Maybe the person is telling the truth, but Ray wasn't supposed to say nothing, and then he did. But I don't see Ray doing that. I don't see Ray jeopardizing his standing with the powers that be for clicks. Not when the long value is being able to keep your mouth shut, being able to hold it down. That's the real value. That's what people really value in this business. Somebody whose word you can take and trust. That's why I don't believe Ray ended up on Donkey of the Day just because. When you look back at what had to happen, and this is just me very lightly, no research, no phone calls. I'm not diving into the story because I don't really think it is a story. But now the door is wide open for people to paint Ray Daniels as some kind of liar, some kind of clout chaser, which would be true if he didn't have a source. I believe he does have one, because Ray has never shown me anything contrary to that. So even if I'm just moving on good faith, Ray got some information. He believed it was okay to let said information, let the cat out the bag. And either the information was false or it wasn't okay to tell people. And Rock Nation came out with a statement saying, nah, album done, basically don't believe the hype. No. But now it's being painted as Wayno's lying, Wayno caught lying. That's only true if he never had a source to begin with. It's If he never had a source to begin with, then it's true. And since no one can confirm or deny that, and whoever his source is definitely isn't going to come out and say, "Hey, I'm the guy who lied to Ray Daniels, and here's why I lied to Ray Daniels." I mean, unless he got fired, that guy or girl, whoever it is, that person would have had to have gotten fired from Rock Nation for this situation, and then looking to get back and raise good graces, or maybe looking to recover something. Say, "Hey, listen, I didn't lie. I told Ray the truth. It just so happens that I wasn't supposed to say anything, and I didn't know. I thought it would be cool." Or he could throw Ray under the bus. "I didn't know Ray was gonna hop on his show and run his mouth and tell everybody." Could be something like that. Like, there's so many different scenarios outside of Ray Daniels lied. So many different scenarios outside of that. So I just see this whole thing as one big learning, the one big learning teachable moment here is you got to be careful. You got to be careful. I'll tell y'all something that I don't tell folks. I be nervous. We announced Busta's album today. Busta dropped there's a delivery date on Busta's album, the new Busta J Dilla project, Diligence 2. We made that announcement today. I'm always nervous when we make an announcement because anything can happen between point A and point B. You tell people that it's up and it's ready and all this is like anything can happen. And if you're in the business, if you're in the circuit, if you're in the matrix, until you have it in your hands, there's almost no guarantee. Anything can happen. It's nasty. But rather than folks accepting that, there was a mistake made or something happened, in the process, they'll just call you a liar. It's easier to call you a liar. It's easier and way more entertaining and way more clickbaitable to just call you a liar. Absolutely. Please believe it. Please believe it. Salute to all the mechanics come in the room. What's up with y'all? What's up, y'all? I didn't mean to just go on a tangent, but I wanted to get that off my chest. Y'all gotta be careful of somebody who just wants the clout of the situation. You gotta be careful who you listen to. It's way better to just be quiet than telling people. You want to show people that you're tuned in, that you got the inside track, and I respect it. I get it. I get it. For somebody and for people in Wayno's position, for people in my position, knowledge of the inside track is pretty valuable. It's a thing. It's a thing. You need it. You need people to know that you're going to be privy to information that they may not be. It's a thing. It's a thing because otherwise, why would you listen to me? If I had all the exact same information you have, why would you listen to me? And if the consulting part of my job requires me to be a credible source of information, Ray, not too far off as far as what he does. We trust people to have the knowledge to do X, Y, Z, A, B, and C. So I understand Ray flexing. Yeah, it's a bit of a flex. I understand that the flex of, I know this and you don't, so let me put you on. I get that. Plus, a J announcement, who wouldn't want to say, I know this thing is happening with one of the greatest of our genre. Who doesn't want to do that? Dead ass. Who wouldn't? Everybody would. But these are the perils. And I point all this out just to say that, none of this means that the boy is lying. That's really all I want to say. Like I can neither confirm nor deny that Ray Daniels lied about what he was told. The information may have been incorrect. That doesn't mean he lied. He said he repeated what he was told. Now, lying would be that he was never told that. And when you're dealing with companies as powerful as Roc Nation, and you're dealing with MCs as tied in, and executives as 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 connected and tied in as somebody like Hove. Not to mention, Ray didn't just stop at the Jay-Z's album is done. He said the Jay album is done. He's just waiting for someone to partner with. That could have been the thing that got him zapped. That got him spanked. You telling my business for? You could have said that the album was done and stopped. That just sounds like speculation. Even if you had a credible source saying that the album is done, that's just speculation. That don't mean nothing. But now you start talking about the business. He's waiting for somebody to partner with. That could have been the thing. Dead ass. That could have been the thing. That could have been what got him in trouble. And when I say trouble, I just mean them deciding to put out a statement that says the opposite of what he said. Them discrediting his initial statement. Him deciding that as soon as he's just waiting to find somebody to partner with. Bro, you didn't have to say that part. You could have left that alone. Nobody asked it. The dangers of who you trust, one, and two, volunteering information that people didn't ask you for. Always someday, especially when it's not your information directly. If I announce that my album is done, that's one thing. I can live up to that. I can prove that. If I tell you someone else's album is done and they don't want you telling that shit, bro, you in trouble. You in trouble. You in trouble. First of all, let me yo, Gat, you want to pull up? I set it up ahead of time where you can pull up if you want. Shout out to Gat Taylor, he's in the building. One time for Jersey Open Topics, Dwayne Molden. L, what up? Good to see you. JB Smooth, salute. Good to see you. Dana, California Mechanics, salute. Good to see you. As always, the Brooklyn Way. One time for Mr. Taylor. Snoopy Blue, of course. The lie is more entertaining than any truth, which is effed up. Which is effed. I hate that. I hate that philosophy. And I hate the fact that philosophy is true. I hate that people are more entertained by lies than the truth. Because even when you make the correction, the truth always seems to be quieter than the lie, and it takes way further to make the rounds. It doesn't go as far as it doesn't go as far and as fast as the lie did, and that's because Snoopy, you're right. The lie was more entertaining. People love being entertained. Whether it's true or false, they love being entertained, and we love being entertained by falsehood. That's what the movies are for. The movies aren't documentaries. Not all of them. They're not biopics. I always say biopic or biopic. I always say both. The movies ain't that. Movies ain't they're based on fiction. We love a good lie. We love a good lie. Big Sugar, what up? Good to see you. Wolf, what up? No opinion on this subject, but I'm in here. Why you kicking major? Why you kicking major flavor? That's hilarious. Jersey Open Topics, what up? Harder to prove yet not lying in this case. L, you're right. Look how many pieces have to move for Ray to prove he was telling the truth. I didn't mean for that to lie. Rhyme. Look how many different things have to happen. Number one, his source would need to reveal himself. Number two, his source would need to reveal their source, how they know. Those two right there, Mission Impossible. Because if you're the source, if you're Ray Daniels' source, your first screw of Ray Daniels still like you and I. You got to keep your job. You need to keep your access to the inner circle. You can't risk that by exposing yourself as a guy in the camp who ran his mouth to an outsider. As cool as Ray Daniels is, he's not in the camp. He's an outsider. So whoever told him that, now you got to deal with it. Crazy, right? Way harder. Way harder. You are 100% right. It's way harder to prove that he's telling the truth. CJ the Kid. CJ, what up, bro? Big Sugar with the new joint. Yeah, she got a new icon picture. I see Ray Daniels in the channel, but who is clout chasing? No, it's not about clout chasing in general. It was about the overall topic is beware of the clout chaser. And the way I framed it, as I looked at it, it made it seem like Ray Daniels was the person who was clout chasing, but he's not. The person who was clout chasing was whoever gave him that information, assuming Ray is telling the truth, which I am. Whoever gave him that information was the person who was cloud chasing. Oh yeah, happy 53rd birthday to hip hop. Shout out to Big Sugar for pointing that out. Today is a day we acknowledge as the birthday of hip hop. It's not official because hip hop wasn't like, you know, some brainchild of one person specifically, but kind of like a collective amalgamation of a lot of different factors. But one of the first hip hop parties, house street, not a street party, not a house party, but like a project party, basement party. One of the first hip hop parties is acknowledged as happening today. The anniversary of that party is happening today, so that's why we celebrate it on this day. Did I say, hey, Just is in the building? What up? What up, Sister Just? Good to see you. Good to see you. As always, good to see you. Either way, I'm celebrating. I heard that. I know that's right. I know that's right. Talk your talk. Big Sugar. I know that's right. Information on, yeah, I'm doing this in pieces. Sorry, CJ. The situation is Ray Daniels went on his show and made an announcement. He was in the middle of doing his 1-2, and he stopped the clock to tell everybody that he had it from his source that Jay-Z's new album was finished and done, and Jay was just waiting on finding somebody to partner with to release that album. And if he didn't find anybody to partner with, then the album was going to chill until he did. And yeah, Charlemagne aired him out and gave him Donkey of the Day because Rock Nation went on to release a statement that called Cap. They were like, he's lying. That's not true. He's lying. They called Cap, and Charlemagne gave him Donkey of the Day for it. And my whole thing is, you got to be careful of the clout chasers, man. I'm talking because I've had folks step to me with information that had I went on and just announced it to everyone, I would be branded a liar. And it's happened before. It's happened before. I've had sources misquote, take things out of context, trying to get my attention, and this is like in my music editor days, trying to get my attention for whatever. They just want to be in my good graces, so they tell me like 75% of the story, but they leave out time. What up? Yes, we stay consistent and healthy. Yes. Isn't Charla Hovinger, could it be damaged? It could be. It could be, but that doesn't make Ray Daniels look any better. Because all Charlotte was doing was reading a statement from Rock Nation. It doesn't make Ray that doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help Ray. Rock Nation could 100% be doing damage control, but that also doesn't help Ray. They just call him a liar. That's the damage control. Hey, by the way, he's lying. Moving on. Instant damage control. We didn't necessarily, or you know, Jay, whoever is in charge, woke up that day and decided they didn't want it known that Jay's album was finished because they were still looking for somebody to partner with, or maybe because the album wasn't actually finished and Jay was still adding or Jay still subtracting. Whatever the situation is, they decided to discredit Ray Daniels, and all it took was one quick statement from Rock Nation to just say, "Hey, he's lying," and people are gonna run with that. They're gonna be quick to call Ray a liar. And meanwhile, Ray's biggest L was trusting whoever gave him that information. Whoever gave him that information, they now have to prove that. If I'm Ray, I'm on the phone with homie. If I'm homie, I may not pick up the call. But if I'm Ray, I'm on the phone with bro, like, yo, you told me that. And then it's a matter of maybe Ray wasn't supposed to say nothing. Maybe homeboy wasn't supposed to say nothing. Maybe homeboy is lying. Maybe homeboy is telling the truth, but he wasn't supposed to give that up. Maybe the album being done was the only part of the information that was supposed to leak, and all this waiting for somebody to partner with, that one's supposed to be out. Could be anything. There's so many different factors. All I'm saying is, if it is damage control, the stretch of power they have to make you look nuts is crazy, giving the donkey of the day for possibly letting out the truth. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to the politics of the industry. And it doesn't take power. It just takes somebody with a bigger name than the one you have. It doesn't necessarily take power. It can take popularity. In this case, popularity translates to power. When I say power, I mean not necessarily. Well, I guess no. Hold on, because I was gonna say when I mean power, I mean the ability to alter someone's life. But altering someone's income is 100% altering their life, and you can affect Ray Daniels' income if you paint him to be an untrustworthy source, a discredible source. So yeah, but if I said, me specifically, if Mech Rashawn said something about, if I said something about Pharaoh Monch, excuse me, Monch being more popular than me can easily discredit what I'm saying. Unless I have video to back it up, some kind of like evidence. And in the day of AI, video ain't even enough to really get you right. Like, we couldn't even. We used to screenshots of the text, screenshots of the post used to be enough, and then came Photoshop, and so much for that as a credible source. Then there was video. I got video of it. Now there's AI. Nasty work. Because in a minute, that's not going to be good either. It's hard to call him a liar if the album comes out via a partner at any point. He was technically right. The Kid 007. Yes. Yes. But by that time, the damage is done. That album would have to drop like in the next week, while today's Tuesday. The album would need to drop by like Monday while the story still has any kind of relevance for Ray's credibility to not take some kind of hit between point A and point B. It still might. And still might. And again, shout out to Ray Daniels. I've been there. This is Ray's. This is like Ray's first stint as a media person. But as somebody in media, I can tell you, unless you're getting it from the horse's mouth, Gat can tell you. Gat can tell you. We have an interview on deck right now that is completely and totally finished. The sticking point is the person wants us to edit out two specific things. That's the sticking point. They want an edited version of the interview to go out, and Gat and I are not really with that. So the interview hasn't seen the light of day. And because we have not, because they won't sign they won't sign off on it, we just aren't releasing it. That's literally a thing. That's literally a thing. But what that person said is what that person said, and the part that they want taken out. One of them I kind of agree with because it had nothing to do with the crux of the interview and really was just something reckless he said about himself. He didn't put anyone else in any kind of light. It was like a bad. It was influential. It wasn't a good look. So it was cool to take that out because that's not necessarily a message I really wanted out. Um, Captain Save-A-Ho, say goodbye. Meat check, say goodbye, bro. Say goodbye. Big Sugar, if you would be so kind. There's a bozo looking for a circus, and he's running to the wrong restaurant. If you would be so kind. It was the stupidest thing I've ever seen somebody write. Telling you, trolling is a low IQ activity, and every time I say it, before, during, and after, somebody proves it right. I feel like if you took a similar L, I would still rock with you. This seems like a one day story. No, it goes a little. Wolf, as much as I appreciate that sentiment, as much as I appreciate that sentiment, I gotta tell you. And while I feel I've earned the benefit of the doubt, I'm not as new in the field as Ray is. Ray's new on this side of the field. On the media side of the field, he's new, right? So his name having the credibility. On the business side, I'll toss Ray 100 grand and ask him to make it pop for me because Ray knows what he's doing on the business side. But on the media side, Ray is still a brand new voice and he's still looking to establish trust. So while it's great that you would still rock with me, your role. So how do I say this the best way without trying to offend people? Well, no, I don't really give a fuck if I offend people. Wolf, you're also in this room, which says a lot more about you than it does about anything else in this situation. You're the people in this room, the people who come to rock with me. These are objective thinkers. These are critical thinkers. Um, these are not clout chasing, messy, trolling people. I don't have the energy that attracts that kind of person, that attracts that kind of supporter. You see the kind of supporters I got. You're one of them. Look how you give it up. Look at how we're analyzing this situation as we speak. I could have jumped on here if I wanted clout. I could have jumped on here right now and just be trashing Ray 5 times from Sunday. I could show you pictures that he and I have taken, so you know that I know him and you know that I'm cool with him, and I could just be shitting on him if I wanted to. If I wanted the clout, I don't rock like that. Y'all know I don't rock like that. That's why you're here in the first place. So yes, you would probably still rock with me, and most of a good chunk of the people in here would still rock with me, and accept that I made a mistake. Now, me, I'm a jump out and say, listen, I trusted my source and it was a bad source. I don't know what Ray's saying. I don't know what Ray is saying. No clue. Me, I trusted my source and I got bad information. That's my bad. That's me. That's me. Apparently, what I was told isn't the truth. My bad. Right? That's me. But y'all know that's me. Y'all have seen me in here say, you know what? I was dead wrong. I had the wrong. You've seen me do that before, so it's not a new thing. So yes, while you might rock with me, and I'm totally grateful that you still would, the outside world, who the handful of people who just want to see me taken out, the handful of people who just need me to be wrong, and the handful of people who pop in here and say dumb shit on a day-to-day basis, those people could not wait to run with the narrative that Mech is out here capping, trying to get attention. He ain't tied in like that. That's a thing. That's a thing. But the fact that just understand that the folks who are in this room right now, even the people who are just watching, even all the lurkers who are up top just watching, if you're in this room, just understand the baseline is that you don't get down like everybody else. I'm not. That's not even gas. That's just me telling the truth. My entire run in this business, I've been attracting a very specific kind of energy, and you guys are very much reflective of that. Even when we disagree, as long as we're being objective and critical thinking when it comes to the subject and the situation, we all rock out. And as you know, because you don't just live in here, as you know, you've seen what the comment section in some of these other places look like. You know that don't everybody get down like that. You know that. They don't. A lot of people are sitting around waiting to point the finger and call somebody a liar or something destructive, something stupid, something corny. They're sitting around waiting for it. They can't have they never had a critical thought in their life. They don't have facts. They have Wi-Fi. Like, it's really all it takes. Just know that yes, Wolf. Long story short, yes, you would still rock with me, but we're talking about me and we're talking about you and we're talking about this room and how we do. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. And that's just that we can't we can't take how we get down and project that on the rest of the world. There's a reason why I come in here so often. There's a reason why my day was trashed today, schedule-wise. Me being able to keep my schedule trashed. Everything just started happening all over the place. But I had to make it in this motherfucker. You dig? There's a reason I go so hard to keep this space going, because that outside world, man, listen, it was weird. People are weird, bro. They're weird. They brothers and sisters. They are weird outside. They are. And I'm not saying I'm a little weird myself, but bruh, but they are weird. They pull up and ask me questions about my beard. They're weird. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. They are weird. Sugar can tell you some of the comments I get in here. Bamboo, you fairly new. Wait, was it Bamboo that said that, or am I just seeing his name now? I want to make sure I'm Wolf. You're fairly new to the room, but trust me, bro, it gets strange in here. It gets weird. I don't know how long you were lurking before you decide to pull up and start kicking it. But bro, it gets weird. People pull up in this room. Ask Sugar. They'll pull up and talk about my lips, talking about my beard, talking about my like a head wrap that I'm wearing. Ask me to stand up and do a meat check. Bro, people are weird. Weird. Ask any of the long running mechanics in here who were in here before we came up with the title mechanics. Bro, should have zapped them. They're weird. They come in here asking me weird shit that don't have nothing to do with nothing. They are weird. So the fact that you're in here, Wolf, I'm talking to you specifically, the fact that you're in here says a lot about you and says way more about the company you prefer to keep. It's a thing. It's a factor. It's a thing. It counts. It counts. Shout out to the lurkers. I'm pointing right at y'all. Shout out to all the lurkers. I'm not even mad at y'all. Like, if you need some time to get acclimated, or you just don't have anything to say and you just want to kick it, go ahead and give me a like. Just go and shoot a like so I know you up there, and I know it's not all weirdo energy up in the lurk section because we done came up with a I done came up with a song title for the third album called Purple Sage, off the strength of the weirdness. Off the strength of the weirdness. I got it right here. Like I got the sage right here. I burn some of it, start waving it in front of the camera. The weirdos start falling out of the fucking sky. Literally, start falling out of the lurkers. Literally, it's weird out there, bro. It's weird. Yesterday, one said he loved Mech, and he was his favorite podcaster, and then told him he was gonna follow him home. I'm getting that over live. Told me he was gonna follow me. Yo, YouTube Police Department. That's stalking, and I will arrest that person. Nah, that's weird, and I would broke in his face. Pre- Appreciate you though, but yeah, that wouldn't have ended well for anybody. Weird, weird, weird. Strange out here. So you're in here. So just understand that Ray is also dealing with all the same things, and I'm sure the room he cultivates has his energy signature on it. The problem is Ray is fairly new to the space. Ray is coming in at a certain level in the business, and one of the first halves of the people he's going to attract are people who want to discredit him. Because he's an industry insider, because he's actually about that action, because what he says 9 times out of 10, 99.999% of the time is based in fact and based in his experience, which is very high level experience, people are going to look to discredit him. I know he's dealing with that. His mods, he probably needs like 6 sugars. 6 sugars in his coffee to get through the day. Cause I know they on there just calling him a liar. Just Ray's comment section is probably so full of contrarians, it's disgusting. It's probably infested. And I don't want to wish that on him, but I wouldn't be surprised. Just contrarians. Just because he said it, they want to tell you he's lying. P. Williams, salute, new here, but I'm digging the decks on the wall. Well, stick around. Stick around. I'm planning on getting a couple others. I got some other decks I got to get. Happy to do a little switching topic because it was getting a little heavy. What was this about him saying Jay got an album, he's waiting on a partnership? Dutch Alcott. Yes. That's exactly what we're talking about. My point is that I don't think Ray's lying. I think Ray trusted his source, and I think his source was either clout chasing to get Ray's attention. He's probably telling Ray some business you have no business telling him. Two, could have been making that up completely. You know what I'm saying? Like whoever told that to Ray was just making it up, just to again getting Ray's good graces. Not maybe he didn't know that Ray was gonna say it out loud. Or maybe the dude told him some information that wasn't safe to say, or maybe the dude told him some information that was clear to say, but then there was a change of heart after Ray said it, and Rock Nation decided to cover their bases, and the only way to do that was to discredit Ray. But I say all that to say I don't think Ray is lying. I don't think Ray would risk his standing, excuse me, in the media space by saying something completely unnecessary that does not need to be said just for the sake of whatever. Dead ass. That's what the Dutch. what this is about. I'm trying to figure out if I want to talk about this Drake doing a 20v1 and him trying to air out Wayno for calling corny on it. His name is good. He wouldn't ruin it for clicks. Dutch, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he did. I don't think he did. I think he told us what he believed was the truth. And I think whether it's true or not is irrelevant because Roc Nation decided to put out a statement saying that it was cap. So whether it's true or not really doesn't matter. And that sucks. Yeah, I know Wayno responded. Well, Wayno was going to respond, as he should. As he should. I'm not sure why this is even news. Oh, meth. We're talking about you mean the Ray Daniels thing? It's not necessarily. It's not necessarily news so much as it is. How do I say this? A teachable moment. A teachable moment. I'm highlighting it because, again, the perils of this business. For anybody who's up and coming, the perils of this business, you gotta remember there are people out there. Look, you gotta be careful of who you listen to. There are clout chasers on all sides of the game. Every side of everything. You just gotta be careful. You think Wayno would ever pull up to the tool shed mech for the garage? The tool shed. What the fuck? Where the fuck is the tool shed? You mean the garage? Yeah, eventually. Eventually, I'd like to get Wayno on the Mech and Gat show. I like to get him on the Mech and Gat show. I like to sit down. I love chopping it up, talking hip hop with Wayno. We have some conflicting opinions, but I've always respected. Wayno knows what the fuck he's talking about. Even if I disagree, doesn't necessarily mean he's wrong. Even when we disagree, it doesn't mean he's wrong. I just don't agree specifically. But yeah, man, like Wayno is 100% authentic and exactly who he says he is. And as long as I've known him, always some of the best energy. Always some of the best energy. Wayno was one of the people I called on some DIY. No, DIY. I knew I was saying it wrong. DIY when I was like looking to get this channel hyped up. I hit Wayno. It was like, yo, bro, what? Put me on the X, Y, and Z instantly. He didn't even freeze. Told me exactly what he was using, what his setup was. Wayno's a real one. Wayno's authentic. Wayno's authentic, which is why Drake clowning Wayno for pointing out that 20v1 was corny, and for saying that Wayno talking about Marvel was like, yo, bro, what are you doing? How far out of touch can you be? Let me stop talking about Drake before the Maddies start piling up in my comment section again. But I did think that 20v1 was a bad look. If I'm on Drake's team, I would have just looked at it and be like, Hov would never do this. Like, Hov would never do this. Just saying. Oh my God. Yeah, let's talk more about who's about to drop something. Ransom, I'm excited. Fabulous, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm happy. No, Wayno's not a spitter. He's an industry head though. Like he's from internships to managing artists. Wayno has multiple experiences across the board. with a bunch of different artists, and he's seen this game from multiple angles. Wayno's another one of those trusted sources. Um, yeah, yeah. But I'm here for the new projects that that are dropping. Purple Sage, produced by Knots or DJ Scratch. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. For real, Mac. You don't want to end up in Drake stories next. Oh, you're joking. Okay, I got you. I was about to take that all the way the wrong way. Have we met? Have we met? Take it easy on the goat. Laugh out loud. RNSJ, you stupid. Um, I was just reminded Charlotte was making claims from sources about Drake's album. He responded to Ray. Seems contrived. It could be. Could be. Definitely could be. I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't have a dog in this fight. I know when Drake was his response to Ray seems contrived. I mean, because he has a direct line to where that information would come from. Whereas with anyone else, he'd be speculating. It lands different. It lands different. And when I talking about something that actually affects the social standing of the subject at hand, which makes it different. It's one thing to say that Drake is doing X, Y, Z, A, B, and C, and Drake loses aura points from it. Jay wouldn't lose any aura points if the album was done. If the album was done and he didn't want anybody to know, or if the album was done but not exactly completed yet because he's still tinkering, or the album's not done at all. Jay doesn't lose any aura points for that, so it lands a little different, which is why I'm addressing it. Um, which is why I'm addressing it, because for me, the more teachable lesson is you just got to be careful about who you listen to from every angle of this thing. You always got to consider the source. Ain't no telling, bro. Ain't no telling. People say anything. I probably haven't listened to Drake personally since Take Care. I get you. At this point, Let's Rap About It podcast is dropping albums. Mano having Mano Day this Sunday as a substitute for not having that. Well, Mano's gonna have Mano Day every year. Brooklyn gave him that. He's got that happening every year. That's a thing. Um, I'm joking, Mick, but yeah, I get you. I get. I'm CJ. I'm messing with you. Again, you would joke. Yeah, you put the laugh out loud at the end. It's just the way the sentence read on my screen. That the LOL was at the end and like under the sentence, so I kind of missed it. But I got you. Yeah, come on, bro. Picture me ever. Picture me ever. Imagine that. Imagine me being afraid of being in anybody's stories. What has he done to earn his own day? Ask the people of Brooklyn. Ask the good people of Brooklyn. Ask those folks from his neighborhood. I don't know what he's done necessarily. I know he's got the day. Ask those folks. I'm not gonna question it. What? Listen, if Mano Day means Brooklyn hip hop with a bunch of women, because if you know Mano or you know anything about Mano, that boy don't stay home. The man does not. I'm not sure if Mano has a house. Like I think Mano just lives in the club. He don't stay home. Mano enjoys the New York City nightlife to the fullest. So if Mano Day is all things encompassing Mano, we can expect food, probably the club food. So it's gonna be like them little tater tots and the little mini sliders and the kind of taco things they got going on and the little cheese ball bites and stuff like that. We can expect a ton of that because that's what they serve in the club. It's gonna be chicks wearing shoes that just look painful, but they look great in them. Wigs and weaves, tons of that. Salute, salute. We can expect strippers, a lot of bottle service girls. I don't know about y'all, but this sounds like a great day to me. If Mano Day is reflective of his personality and this is what he brings to the day, I'm not asking what he did to earn a day. I'm asking how can we get more days like this? This is a great day. Bottle service girls, strippers, club food, and loud hip hop. All appetizers with a bunch of dudes who are probably street dudes, but they dress too fly for a problem because they're wearing their club attire. They got Gucci, Louis, Prada, all the labels that don't necessarily want black people wearing this. All of them. They got all that stuff. They done put the cars out. If that's Mano Day, bro, I'll take it. I'll take it. Wings and Weaves. Sounds like an album title. Bamboo, you are 100% correct. Next time I speak to Mano, I'm going to pitch that and see what he says. I'm going to let him know it came from you. Yeah, Brimstone, all appetizers, all appetizing food. Somebody said the little mini meatballs with the toothpick in them and little dipping sauce that goes around. That's going to be circulating all through Mano Day. You complaining? You don't want to go to that day? You don't want to go to that day? You don't want to go to that day? You don't want to go to Mano Day? You don't want to go to Mano Day? Bottle service girls, strippers, and club food appetizers with a bunch of hip hop in the back. You don't want to go to that day? Okay, well, fine. You don't go to that day. I'm going to that day. I'm going to that day. If that's Mano, count me in. Oh man. Don't even ask me no questions. Mano Day sounds amazing. Amazing. Taquitos, B74, you see it. Thank you, Sugar. B7, yeah, man. Little cocktails and shit, like Jesus. Yeah. Sugar, I don't go outside, but I'm going to that. I'm going to that all day. Bunch of just appetizers, strippers, bottle service girls, and thugs who don't want to fight that specific day. Ain't nobody trying to fight. Ain't nobody trying to shoot. Just out there dressed to their best, wearing cologne and shit. And the girls got that Vicky's Secret spray on and that Bath and Body Works spray. Oh God. Oh God. Give me two. Give that man a weekend. Let's do that for a week. I'm gonna come home fat and happy, smelling like all kinds of just loose women. I'll be in the house, showering off the smell of overeating and loose women. I'm doing that. I'm doing that. The smell of loose women, bottle service. I'm gonna smell like sparklers and male disappointment from the dudes who never get to take them home. Oh man, come on now. Smell like bottle service, sparklers, and taquitos. That sounds amazing. Who doesn't want that day? Who can't leave out the hookah? Can't leave out the hookah. Shout out to B74. Shout out to Big Sugar. Cannot leave out the hookah. Absolutely 100% right. There will be hookah. That is the hood nigga / light skin mating call ritual. That can't leave out the hookah. 100% that's gonna be there. Absolutely. And I don't even smoke hookah. I don't smoke anything, but I'm going. Sounds like Luda Day here, and it's close to Dragon Con. So Bamboo, you would be there. You would be there. I'm going. I'm going. I'm going. That sounds amazing. I'm just trying to see what Mech Day would look like. Good question. Well, the hip hop we would play would be a little different. The women that would pull up would be a little different. I'd have first of all, I'd have women of all complexions, so they wouldn't just be light skin. I'd have brown skin, sugar's complexion. I'd have deep dark, like obsidian black in there. I'd have all shades of light skin, like Usher light skin, all the way to like albino light skin, and there's gonna be all flavors of Latino people in general, but the women definitely, and there's gonna be a lot of natural hair for Mech Day. So expect to see some afros, expect to see some cornrows, some braids, some fades. Some women gonna have like their hair cut off. You're gonna have them low fade women rocking. The cute ones that cut all their hair off because of whatever, but now they outside. We don't have a lot of them. Gonna be some midriffs showing. Some of them ain't gonna shave their pits. I don't know how that happened, but here we are. I don't know how that happened. I promise you, I don't know how that happened. But some of them ain't gonna shave. A lot of water. She's right. Shout out to Sugar. A lot of water. A lot of fresh fruit. Ew, Sugar. I don't know what to tell you, but I don't know what to tell you. They look at me. They see dreads. They. It's the room, and because I am who I am, I ain't turning nobody away. So it's gonna be a lot of that. Yeah, man. I'm just telling you. There's gonna be incense. There's gonna be sage burning. People gonna be wearing crystals. Bunch of martial artists just walking around for no reason, not telling anybody that they're martial artists. Yeah, jars of water, clean water, clean water, jars of clean water, electrolytes, and all that good stuff in the water. There's gonna be flavored water, so you might get some watermelon, some cherry, some blueberry, some orange. No plastic cups, straight jars. You're right. Everybody would have their Instagram name on their cup. So if you put your cup down, you don't get to go get another one. You ain't gonna be out here just fucking up the function. Go find your cup. Stop putting your cup down, dummy. Probably I don't drink, but I can provide some wine for the people who that's their thing. I don't want to be that guy, so maybe like some wine cool. I'm not trying to have like super hard liquor. So some wine, some stuff like that. That's a good look. The music's gonna be different. Gonna have a lot of gonna be a lot of Tribe, a lot of D'Angelo, a lot of Smith and Wesson, a lot of Black Moon, a lot of Busta Rhymes, a lot of Q-Tip, a lot of Cool G Rap, a lot of Onyx. Them boys from upstate, shout out to Griselda's gonna be a lot of that. There's gonna be a lot of lyricism happening. So it's gonna be people just doing this. Like they might not even be dancing crazy, but they'll be doing this. But there will be a ton of break dancers there. I can also see a bunch of people spraying up murals, not even murals, but just throwing up pieces on walls. Crazy, crazy walls. Just a graffiti artist going nuts. I'm not talking about little dumbass tags. I'm talking about like big ass signature pieces, big pieces, like handball court wall pieces, just all over the place. Super dope, super dope. The break dancers, the b boys will be doing their thing. They'll have a space in there to get busy. I don't want to have anybody playing records off the CDJ, so it'll be actual DJs who know how to do their 1-2. Um, yeah, bunch of ciphers. Um, yeah, it's yeah. I could spar, drink wine, and get my chakras clean by a baddie in one location. Dana, you are 100% right. That's Mech Day. That's Mech Day. We'll be handing out cloths to clean glasses. Um, yes, all vinyl. Piece of sugar, all vinyl. Yeah, that's Mech Day. And the place will just smell of cocoa butter and the greatest of intentions. Yeah, bunch of like fruit running around, like watermelon slices and orange slices, and can't forget grapes. We gotta have grapes and cherries and blueberries. Those are always a good look. And some sliders. Not everybody has to be vegetarian or vegan. We can get some sliders in there, and a couple cheeseburgers, and um, you know, yeah, yeah. That's my day. That's my day. That's what Mech Day would look like. And I would just be running around the party and not even running. Oh, we gotta have a station where people get their denim spray painted on some OG Shirt Kings type ish, where you can get a picture of yourself put on a jacket of you or on your pants leg or something like that. Gotta have a station where people get that. Oh, and I need a tattoo booth. I need several tattoo booths so people can, if get busy. Maybe not the big full pieces like the people got, but definitely a spot to go get some stuff. That would be fire. That would be fire. Well, and of course we gonna have live performances. We gonna have live performances. We're gonna have some folks got to get up there and do they want to. I would definitely request some folks to get up. Buster could probably close the show, but in the meantime, in between time, oh, Vince Staples, dope, dope. Let Vince Staples pull up. Um, Killer Mike, let him do. Q-Tip could have a DJ set. Bust and Spliff would do a set. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Mac, you should close the show. CJ, you're right. I would close the show. If it's Mac Day, I'm gonna close the show. And I'm a rock. I'm not just gonna close the show with some speech. I'm actually gonna get busy. Mano Day sounds way better, bro. To each his own. I told you I'm going to Mano Day, so if Mano Day is what I describe, I'm going to Mano Day. But I would think a Mech Day would have a little bit of everything because there's no ciphers I've never seen a crowd where I wasn't comfortable. I would go to Mano Day and get along. I've been in the grimiest basement party. Oh, we gotta have a reggae set. We gotta have a reggae set. Some Beanie Man. We gotta have that. We got some Beanie Siegel in there too. See, I'm culture, dude. I'm an advocate for the culture. Whatever it is we doing, as long as we ain't hurting nobody, I'm all for it. So if you want to smoke hookah, you want to have bottle service girls, you want to have chicks with afros who smell like cocoa butter and patchouli, you want to have the women who dance, the dudes who dance, you want to have Les Twins up there doing it one two, you want to have Jeanne singing, you want to bring Jill Scott up. Like my day would look like a combination of the Roots Picnic and Mano Day. That would be the thing. Beanie Siegel, man. Yeah, man, yeah. Yeah, yeah, B-74. Some coquito for the people. I'm with it. I'm with it. My day would look like that. And I'd have special laminated badges for all the original mechanics. Y'all could get the air conditioned tent. And, I like a family vibe too. So like if you got like little sisters or you got like little cousins or kids or whatever it is, like I like a family vibe. So yeah, man, hey, listen, I'm like this. I'm like this. I love my culture. I love this thing. I love this thing we do. I love it. I love how we give it up. I love how we get down. Let's do all that. Yeah, Mecca Day, Mecca Rashawn Day. I'd actually, if I'm being 100, if I'm being 100, I call it Mechanic Day. I wouldn't call it Mecca Day. I wouldn't call it Mech Day. I'd call it Mechanic Day. It'd be the day for the mechanics. That's dead ass. I call it Mechanic Day. You could like have my name someplace, but like I'd call it Mechanic Day. I call it Mechanic Day. Let's also have a station where people are making beats, set up some equipment, give everybody like 10 minutes on the equipment and see the best beat they come up with, and then have it right next to where the MCs is doing they want to. And you put that on and let them like get busy over the beat. Yeah, man, it would just be like hip hop paradise, bro. It just we just be in there vibing. Oh, just rock till the street lights come on. And then we just under the street light just till you're tired. Do it till you're not off. Do it till you just go to sleep. Just go to sleep in the feeling. That would be yeah, that oh man. There's this I'm gonna see if I can't find the link and I'm gonna put it in the chat before I get out of here because I'm not gonna stick around too much longer. Where was it? I believe I saw like this party in either Germany or France. I don't remember exactly where it was. But there was this dude named Roots Maneuver who was his song was playing in the party and the whole party was doing this very specific dance and the beat was banging. The party was like the beat was crazy, the party was banging and everybody in there was dancing their asses off. And all I could remember thinking was, I actually wrote this in the comments. I said, I want to go wherever they are and do exactly what they're doing right now. Wherever this is happening, I just want to be there doing that. And I'm going to look for it now. I'm going to see if I can't find it. If I do, I'm going to put the link. But when the sun goes, Roy Ayers on the playlist. Brim, you talking that shit? You talking that. Give 3 joints that must be played. Depends on the time of day. Depends on the time of day. Because like if we start in the early afternoon, I'm gonna want to keep the energy up. So it really depends on the time of day. Check the Rhyme by Tribe Called Quest. It's definitely gonna make it in. When the sun starts going down, I can definitely see 93 Till Infinity getting in the building. Everybody Loves the Sunshine would be right around that time period too. When it's nighttime, probably Redbone by Childish Gambino. Along with that, Feels Like Summer. That might start the party off just to get people in the right space. Loyalty by Dot. Oh, Crew Love by Drake. I can see that making it onto the list too. Oh, we got to get some Black Star. Black Star would be in the afternoon. redefinition, the remix version though. Oh, gotta get the blast by Talib Kweli and High Tech. Gotta get the blast. Keep on dancing, you gotta keep on dancing. Keep. Tonight's the night would make the cut. There will be no Reggie Noble slander in here. Time for some action will probably be on in the afternoon. Not to mention the Rockwaller. That's gonna happen. That's 100% gonna happen. Some nights I could see some Hove, a lot of Nas. You can spit and hit a couple of those joints. Like if PSA don't come on, we're gonna riot. Some little brother. Got to get Beanie Siegel in there, like I said earlier. Cameron is definitely gonna make an appearance. I'm gonna need a majority of the Chronic to play. I'm definitely gonna need that. And then I'm just gonna start pulling up like a bunch of Yo, Mac, you got to burn hella incense and make these butt heads disperse. Grab the damn crucifix like the excess, spray some holy water. Oh no, by Most Def and Pharaoh. I'm gonna want that Dog Pound album to play too. This playlist is looking crazy, ain't it? Lucy Pearl, gotta get them in. Janae gotta make an appearance. Of course, Bus has to make an appearance. I need Wu. Gotta have Wu. I need Lupe Fiasco in the building. Oh, I need some Scarface. I need some Scarface. We want your mind to blow. Oh, you know what would be dope? Here's the staple of Mech Day. Here's the staple. Y'all are gonna love this. Here's the staple of Mech Day. You ready? This would be my signature move. This will be my signature move. Erica Badu, Raphael Sadiq, absolutely. Todd Smith, of course. Listen, y'all are going to love this. You ready? This will be my signature move. We would play the record and then play the record that they sampled it from. Actually, the other way around. We play the original and spin it off into the record that sampled it. That's what we do all night. Even if the song doesn't have a sample, we just play a couple of those. But every once and again, we bring on the original record and then we play the record that sampled it, the new cut. That would be the signature of Mech Day. That's exactly what the F I would do. And oh my God, I'd have a ball doing that. That would be fire. Oh my God. If anybody starts doing that, just remember you heard it here first. Medina be doing it? I ain't surprised. Hearing my okay, yeah, I ain't surprised. Rich Medina, I ain't surprised. Rich Medina's a beast. That don't shock me at all. But please understand and believe that I didn't mean for that to rhyme. Daylight by Ram, then Benita Applebum plays by. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And you could play all the records that sampled it. So you play the original, and then you can go down like play the Nautilus, right? And then you just go down all the records that sampled it, just play them in a row. So people, that's the signature of Mech Day. That's it. That's the signature. That's it. That's what I do. Excuse me. Yeah, you might put the sample on blast. You might put the sample on blast, but like The guys I know who are the Roots got to make an appearance. The guys who I know who are doing this, they're not tripping off that. They're not tripping off that. Like they don't they because they got more. Oh, I'm gonna need large professor in the building. Pete Rock is a must. He got to pull up. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. That would be my signature move. That would be my signature move. It would be just the fire. I'm holding y'all a little bit longer because I really want to find this Roots maneuver thing. I'm googling my ass off. I have it saved somewhere on my phone, but I know if I go looking for it, I'm gonna lose y'all. Now you got me hoping that now you got me. Oh wait. I saved the song on my Spotify playlist. I had to have. I know Talib DJs. He's nice. He's nice. Yeah, this would be that's the signature. All the fresh fruit, all the natural women, all the cocoa and shea butter smelling, all that flyness is intact and up to par. But what I'm really gonna want to see happen on the music side, what I'm really gonna want to see happen on the music side is the original record spins, and then the sample, whatever sampled it, whatever that sample led to, whatever records that sample led to. I need that. I need that. Oh God, that would be fire. Wait a minute. I remember watching the original video too, so it might be in. I just need to find the name of the record. If I find the name of the record, it'll help me find that video that I'm talking about. I'm gonna put the post up in here. Brim, you are 100% right. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly how that would go. We here. We Brim, me and you is right here. That's exactly what I would do. I'm an all natural woman. We'll bring your all natural ass to Mechanic Day. Just you know you got the invite. Just you could show up in wig weave with a hat on. You'd still be. You could have push brooms for eyelashes. You'd still be welcome. I don't care what you are welcome to the spot. That's not even a thing. You pull up where I don't care what you do. And that goes for every mechanic in here. I know y'all gonna represent yourself, but like if you bring your natural ass down to Mech Day, down to Mechanic Day. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Where did I put it? It's over here somewhere. Because I remember watching the video. Roots Maneuver is the name. What was the name of the song? I have it. I gotta have it on one of my playlists. And it's probably over here in the history on my. Oh, wait. Let's go over there and look. Yeah, I'll probably tackle a Wayno thing tomorrow, but right now I'm loving the idea of Mechanic Day. Ha! I'm gonna get a bunch of mechanics pulling up. Let me get a gang of mechanics pulling up. It's gonna be dope. Just over there fixing people's cars and shit. Just for nothing. Just tool belts and coveralls because they heard this was their day. And you know what? I'm not putting them out. Mechanic day would be a day where you get yourself put out. You would need to spaz and do something stupid in order to get the sugar treatment. You need to fuck up the feng shui yourself to get put out. Period. You'd have to mess that up yourself. Yeah, let's pull this list up and see if I can find it. I'll show you exactly what, if I can find this clip, I'm going to show you exactly what the party would look like. I'm going to give it one or two more tries and then I'm going to skate and let y'all go for the evening. I know where I have it saved. I just can't stop my phone to go get it. Well, maybe I could, but I wouldn't want to risk it. Oh, my poor laptop. My poor laptop. I've given this girl so many issues over the years. My laptop is so, man. New laptop should be ready by Friday, just in case anybody's asking. My new joint should be ready by Friday. Should be super dope. Oh, I gotta get the Gap Band in there. Outstanding. Outstanding, and everything that came from that. That's gotta go. That's gotta have it. Gotta have it. Yes, Sugar. I realized that was you. My bad. I should have answered sooner. But you did ask. I remember that. That's my fault. Oh, where did I put you? Where did I put you? Where did I put that at? I wish Instagram would make it easier to find shit. Yeah, most artists will pull from hits to create hits. So if you hear a kick drum on release, yeah, I wouldn't. We gotta have some kind of standards in the building, Brim. It definitely wouldn't be just one of these, do whatever you want. I'm not doing the Diddy level of production here. I'm not doing that. But that's just me. Those dudes can have their own day and do what they want. Mechanic Day, we gonna do it the right way. Okay, I can't find it. I can't find it, so I'm gonna let it go. But I'm gonna find this for tomorrow, and I'm gonna throw it in the chat before we even get started. I'm not looking for a song, Sugar. I'm looking for a specific video that I saw. It encompasses what I would want Mechanic Day to look like, and I'm trying to find that so I can show it to you. But I'm having a really hard time because I saved it a long time ago, and I know if I could just use my phone, I could find it. But that's the purpose of that's the purpose of this new upgrade that I got en route. But yeah, it's lit. It's lit. We will talk sooner than later. Please believe it. In the meantime, in between, I'm still searching. I'm still sitting here looking for it. Like it's possible that I can find this thing. I'm still looking for it. Yeah, it's around here somewhere. But it'll come up. In the meantime, oh, MJ then De La Soul's Break of Dawn. I'm not talking to you no more, Brim. You 100% are lining yourself up to be a musical director on this thing because you know I'd have you taking Sugar's role as far as just on the DJs. You'd be in charge of regulating and making sure they keeping the pace. because you know exactly what I'm talking about. Sugar's gonna have her hands full with with folks. In the meantime, in between time, brothers and sisters, mothers and misters, bunions and blisters, this has been the garage home of the worldwide mechanics. I'm your lead mechanic, Mike Rashawn. As always, likes, hypes, and subs. How you show your boy love. I really appreciate the hell out of y'all rocking with me for all this time. And I've kept you longer than normal, but just know that I appreciate the hell out of it. Shout out to shout out to Ray Daniels. Shout out to Wayno. Um, I get it if nobody else do, but a bunch of other people do. Shout out to every mechanic who pulled up. As always, any proceeds that come from this room get redirected directly back into this room. And we are going to pull up again tomorrow here at 5 p.m. Hit that little alarm bell so you know when I'm pulling up. And yeah, well, we'll just get it popping like we always do. Start talking hip hop. I'm gonna get into that Wayno Drake situation tomorrow. In the meantime, in between time, hang up your coveralls, hang up your tool belt. Let's get this car off the rack. See where we at. The garage is now officially closed for the evening. Y'all be safe. Peace.